Well, I think it's just nature of cricket these days. People don't have that long to prepare. Most of our guys will be getting in the next few days. So we've got our first game's on the 14th. We've got a practice game on the 12th. So there's probably more time than you think. And a lot of the guys who are involved have been playing cricket already. So yeah, it's not too much of a worry. We've gathered as RPL sides, we've gathered as Champion League sides before, a couple of days before, and done all right. So yeah, I mean, the more time you get together, the easier it is to settle into the tournament. But I don't think it's as much of a concern. Well, I suppose different people have different opinions about who our best batsmen are. I think there's roles to be played. For example, someone like a Pollock tends to come in a bit later because we know how destructive he can be at the end. In this tournament, maybe we move him up the order. He's come off the winning the T20 World Cup. They're feeling very confident of the West Indies, and we've got him and Dwayne in our setup. So I think we need to try and use that to our advantage. Their confidence level is right up there. They're feeling good about themselves. So we need to try and bring a bit of that into our side. Any advantage we can get from them playing well will be good. So yeah, I mean, we've got some class players. We bat all the way down, and guys who can contribute and have played big innings for us many times over the years. So we need to try and gauge who's in the best form, and then try and give them as much opportunity to make an impact for our side. But I think we've seen that in the top 3 or 4 are usually the guys who make your big impact. Yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to working with Mitchell Johnson. He was supposed to join us in RPL, but his injury took a bit longer than we thought to recover. So he's been an exciting player for Australia for many years, and he is a fast bowler, and particularly on these South African wickets, he can have a big impact, and he also bats pretty well down the order with a left-handed option. So yeah, we're excited about what part he can play. We've also got Tesara Pereira, and we'll probably go for Malinga and one of those two in our starting lineup. That's how I would see it for now. I mean, you never know how things work out. But yeah, it's great to have that attacking option. T20 cricket, if you can pick up wickets and make life uncomfortable for new batsmen to come to the crease, that's half the battle. So it is nice to have that as a variation. That's why we went for him in the auction.
I think it's been one of our one of the areas that we have actually been working on. I think John T is taking care of that. I mean, obviously the conditions are a little different to India. The ball travels a bit faster here, so we have to practice, simulate those things in the ground or in practice sessions. So I think we've been doing that. I think most of the guys, as Shaun has been saying, have been playing, and I think today it's more about the individual more than anything else. And in T20 you can't really hide anyone, so everyone is expected to feel well. The last time we were here, we dropped a lot of catches, and that's one of the areas that we were pretty concerned about. So we've been doing some work on that. Yeah, to some extent, but I think I don't think the focus is really on that. I mean, most of the teams when they come here, they look forward to this tournament. This is a pretty big tournament in comparison to, I mean, even if you take the IPL teams, you probably get the best international players in this format here. So I think that's secondary, to be honest. I think the focus really will be on playing well in these conditions, because you have so little time. It's not like an IPL where you have 15, 16 games to come back. So the start will be very critical for most teams.
Would you like to have a couple of more games before getting into the tournament?
It really depends on how much cricket your team has had. But I think from our perspective, I think most of the Indian boys have played in South Africa before, and we have the players who have the ability to play in these conditions. So I'm not too worried about it. I think most of the guys are pretty confident about the approach to the game.